Assalamualaikum everyone, I'm Zainab Wali, currently a proud level 1 batch 3 student at Rahan School Online Academy. So today I will be doing an AI session with Sesame AI. So this is my Sesame session number 20th. So let's get started. Mhm. Hi Maya, how are you and how's been your day? Mhm. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Okay, Maya, so today's topic of conversation is environmental protection and saving the planet. So let's get started. Yeah. Okay, so do you think? I think so. I should give kind of like a overview. Okay. Um, let's get started. So basically, environmental protection and saving the planet. So, our planet is our home and it is our responsibility to protect it. So, environmental protection means taking care of nature, animals, water, air, and land so that life on Earth can stay healthy and balanced. So, at Rahan School, students learn that small actions can create a big change. So Rehan Lawala encourages students to become responsible citizens who care for the earth and protect natural resources. So simple habits like serving water, planting trees, reducing waste, and keeping our surroundings clean can help protect environment. So when everyone does their part, we create a cleaner and greener world for the future generations. So basically the key idea is that protecting the environment means our future. So small actions today can save our planet tomorrow. So yeah, that's my overview. So, what about you? Please also let me know what you think about this topic, and you should also give an, like overview. Okay, that's great. So, but I don't understand. Could you like give it the preview in more detailed? Mhm. Hello, can you hear me? You just stuck, so please continue. Um, I don't understand. Could you just repeat it, please, please? It looks like you're being frustrated. Okay, okay, come. I guess, yeah, it makes more sense. Okay, so now over to questions. Firstly, I sometimes think that what does environment mean? So please let me know about it. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Let me screen share. I didn't add the sound, I guess. Yeah, you can continue now.
So when we talk about protecting the environment, we're talking about protecting all of those things, the air, water, plants, animals that makes life possible on Earth. Does that make sense?
Mm, I guess, yeah. Absolutely. It makes very much sense to me. Guess.
Good. Now, what's your next question?
Okay, my next question. Okay. So my next question, I was kind of curious to know that why is Earth flat and important for all living things?
Well, not to confuse you, but actually the Earth isn't flat. It's a sphere. And the shape is really important for how ecosystems work. Things like ocean currents, which help distribute heat around the planet, and wind patterns. That shape helps create climate zones where different plants and animals can thrive in different regions. If it was a different shape or totally flat, things would be very different. But I think you actually wanted to know why Earth is important for everything that lives, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, Earth gives us everything we need to survive: air to breathe, water to drink, soil to grow food in. It provides temperature that is habitable, not too hot and not too cold because of its distance from the sun. Basically, it's the only place we know of where life can exist, which makes it pretty special. It's the home that provides all the resources for all living things, so it's pretty important.
Mm, okay. I don't understand. Please tell me again.
Sure thing. Earth is important because it gives us everything living things need to survive: air, water, food. It has the right temperature because of the sun. So basically, Earth provides everything life needs to exist, and it's the only place we know where life exists. That's why it's important.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, that's it.
makes sense.
Asking that that's it.
Ah, got it. You're done with that question. My bad. Next question?
Mhm. Okay, Maya. So next, I would like to know that what are the biggest environment problems in today's life?
Hmm, big question. Honestly, there's several big ones right now. Climate change is probably the biggest overall. The Earth is warming, causing more extreme weather events. Then there's pollution, air, water, plastic in the oceans. Deforestation, too, losing forests affects the climate and destroys habitats for animals. And resource depletion, overusing resources like water and metals faster than they can replenish.
Mm.
You're probably aware of some of these already, but which one sounds like the biggest problem to you?
I don't know.
Fair enough. They're all pretty major problems in different ways. If I had to pick one for its potential to affect everything else, I'd probably say climate change.
Mm.
It's this big driver that makes a lot of the other problems worse. It exacerbates pollution, contributes to deforestation, causes more resource conflicts. But realistically, it's not like any of them can be ignored.
Okay, that's
What
great.
do you think about that?
I guess you're
Good.
great. Okay, Maya, so how does pollution harm our planet?
Pollution basically messes with all the natural systems that keep everything working. Air pollution affects our health and damages ecosystems. Water
Mm.
pollution makes water unsafe to drink or use. Plastic pollution harms marine life and gets into our food chain. It's like poisoning the things we need to survive, messing with the air, water, soil, and animals. The problem is, pollutants can build up in ecosystems, so they can take years or even decades to break down or clear out.
That's great. Um,
Make sense?
yeah, it makes sense. Okay, Maya, so next I would like to know that why are forests important for Earth?
Forests are super important for a bunch of reasons. They clean our air by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing
Mm.
oxygen, kind of like the planet's lungs. They protect our water sources by helping rain soak into the ground and filter water naturally. They provide habitats for tons of plants and animals, helping maintain biodiversity. And honestly, they matter for global weather patterns because forests play a big part in rainmaking and climate control. When you cut them down, you lose all of that. It gets pretty messy.
Okay, that's great. So, Maya, next I would like to know that how do trees help humans and animals? Well, the thing that I know is that trees basically we um intake the oxygen and out we take out the carbon dioxide. So plants um the plants food is carbon dioxide. So I mean that's all I know. So what do you think about it? So please let me know.
You're on the right track. That's a good way to think about it. Trees do give us oxygen, and animals breathe out carbon dioxide, and humans breathe out carbon dioxide, which trees eat. But there's a lot more going on there.
Mhm.
Forests help clean the water we drink, provide wood and other materials for building and medicine, help control soil erosion. For animals, forests provide homes, food, and shelter. For humans, they impact the climate to make it a place we can live and make more of the resources we need to survive. Your point about garbage in, oxygen out is accurate about the science, but forests support like almost all life on Earth in ways you might not even realize.
Okay, that's great. Mm,
Does that fill out your understanding of it?
yeah, I guess I kinda agree with you. Okay, Maya, so next I would like to know that what happens if we cut too much and too many trees?
If we cut down too many trees, deforest, as it's called, it sets off a chain reaction. First, the air quality gets worse because there are fewer trees to clean the air. Second, soil erosion gets worse because tree roots help hold soil together. It also causes loss of animal habitats, leading to species disappearing. Deforestation is considered the third leading cause of climate change, since trees soak up carbon dioxide when they grow, but trees that are cut down release all that carbon into the atmosphere. Basically, when you destroy forests, you lose natural defenses and mess with the Earth's natural climate control system. Pretty big deal.
Okay, that's great. But I don't do this. Could you repeat it again?
Sure, I can repeat it. Cutting down too many trees leads to worse air quality, soil erosion, animal habitats being lost, and species disappearing.
Mhm.
Deforestation also makes climate change worse because trees release carbon dioxide when they're cut down. Pretty big deal. Does that help?
I guess yeah, I kind of agree with you. So why should we save water in our daily lives?
That's a good one. Water seems pretty plentiful in some places, but fresh water is actually a limited resource. When we save water, short showers, fixing leaks, not wasting it when brushing teeth, we help make sure that it stays available for everyone. Water shortages can disrupt agriculture, ecosystems can suffer, and it can create conflicts over limited supplies. Plus, it's a pretty important thing for human health. Simple things like fixing leaks can make a big difference.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Maya, so next, I would like to know that how can we reduce plastic use?
Reducing plastic use. Good question. Start with reusable bags for grocery shopping, water bottles, coffee cups. Avoid single use plastics like straws and plastic cutlery. If you need plastic containers, try to choose durable ones that you can reuse instead of disposable ones. Buy products with minimal plastic packaging when you can, bulk items where possible, and finally, recycle what you do end up using. Little switches can add up over time, you know?
Okay, that's great, Maya. So next, I would like to know that what are some ways to recycle at home or school?
I think you might have said ways, not sunbees, right? Like
Yeah,
ways to recycle.
yes.
Sorry about that transcription issue. That happens sometimes. So you were asking about ways to recycle at home or school? At home, you can use the designated recycling bins for things like paper, plastic bottles, and glass. At school, you might. No. I'm not sure I caught what you said there. Could you repeat that part about recycling ways
No,
at home or school?
I said nothing. Please continue with your saying.
Ah, got it. So at home, you use recycling bins for things like paper, plastic bottles, and glass. At school, you might need to check where the recycling bins are, or if there are specific recycling programs in place. Sometimes they collect paper separate from plastics. The key thing is sorting your materials correctly so they actually get recycled instead of ending up in the trash.
Okay. Okay, that's great, Maya. So next, please let me know that why is it important to keep rivers and oceans clean?
Rivers and oceans are basically where life began, and they're super important for all kinds of reasons. They provide us with food, support huge ecosystems of plants and animals, regulate the climate, transport goods. When we pollute them, like plastic waste and chemicals, it harms marine life and disrupts these ecosystems. Keeping them clean isn't just good for the animals, but essential for our own well being. Plus, when the ocean is healthy, it can absorb more carbon dioxide, which can slow down climate change. Kind of two for one. Make
Okay,
sense?
that's great. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
So how does air pollution affect our health?
Air pollution can affect our health in lots of ways. It can irritate lungs and worsen conditions like asthma. For people with asthma, that's especially scary. But long term exposure can actually cause more serious issues like heart disease and even cancer. Kids are really vulnerable too, since their lungs are still developing. Clean air is basically a fundamental necessity for pretty much every aspect of well being. Clear?
Hello, can you hear me? I don't understand. Your voice just stopped. Please let me know.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry about that. Um, Sometimes the audio gets a bit choppy. I was just explaining how air pollution can cause health problems like asthma, heart disease, and cancer, especially for kids who are still developing. Does that make sense?
I guess yeah, it makes sense. Okay, Maya, so please let me know that how can students what can like students do to protect.
Students can do a ton. Plant trees when you're able to get involved with school cleanups, encourage recycling programs, reduce waste by bringing reusable water bottles and lunch containers, avoid using plastic. Students can also educate friends and family about conservation or start like environment clubs at school and advocate for change. Small changes add up, especially when spread through communities like at school.
Um, okay. Okay, Maya. So next, I would like to know that how like why should we protect animals and wildlife?
Okay, good question. Animals and wildlife are essential to maintaining balance in the environment, like nature's little worker bees, keeping everything in place. Every species plays a role in the food chain and ecosystem. Plus, they help spread seeds, pollinate plants, keep populations in check. Beyond that, some people also believe animals have an inherent right to exist, and honestly, preserving wildlife just makes the world more beautiful and interesting.
Okay, so everyone, this was my fifth sorry 20th so everyone, this was my 20th AI session. Hope you like it. Until then, take care of yourself. Until then, love is everyone. Bye bye.